Yeehaw, soldiers! It's your boy, the Anime Sage, coming to another video, and this is Chapter 1 of Legacy, me reading one of my favorite fanfics of all time. Yeah, so this should be pretty fun, I guess. Now, of course, I do want to give a couple credences here. One, again, I do not own the fanfic, I'm just reading it and stuff like that, and, you know, trying to make that a bit of an enjoyable experience. The actual fanfic was made by the author CR4ZYPT, and also has some other versions of it, and it's also a completed fanfic, so that's also pretty great. So, you know, it should be really fun. And the second thing is, I do want to shout out Storm Videos because he did birth the series himself, and kind of made it a little bit popular, and I think he deserves a lot of respect. And I myself wanted to read this fanfic for a very long time myself because it was one of my favorites reading back in high school, back in 2018, 2019. So yeah, it was pretty fun to read too, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah. Now, first off, before I get into this fanfic, you know, the link to that fanfic will be in the description if you want to read it all yourself. This is just more of me kind of like doing an audiobook version of, you know, reading something, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to like read all the texts and chapters yourself, this is essentially kind of like an audiobook version or something like that. So yeah. Second thing, polls for the what ifs you want for the week and stuff like that. They're going on right now after I record this video. And, you know, you guys should probably go to those polls if you want to, you know, have the what ifs you want for the week. So yeah. And I guess the final thing I do want to say is follow me on Twitter at AnimeStage4, follow me on Instagram at anime_stage4, and of course join my Discord server. All those will be in the link in the description. And also, you know, subscribe to my Patreon, and also follow my Twitch. So yeah. Now let's get into this fanfic. First off, we go into the author's notes. So in the summary, it's a strong guy Naruto. Obviously, it's strong guy like Naruto. So yeah, and this fanfic will mostly stick to canon until around the final chapters that are adapted into this guy's story, since Minato's father in this canon is Madara. And then he has to go over disclaimer and stuff like that. And of course, the pairings here that are listed are Naruto x Hinata and Kakashi x Anko. So how will that all develop? Well, let's just get into the story. Chapter 1, Legacy. In a remote location, one could only see destruction. As the sun was slowly rising, it showed two men, one standing and one seemingly dead. All around the battlefield were weapons, craters, and apparently a large waterfall, no doubt created by the intensity of the fight. This place would later be known as the Valley of the End. The man that was barely standing had neck-length, long black hair, black eyes, and was wearing what appeared to be a worn, red armor with plates going around the arms and chest for protection. The man was none other than Hashirama Senju, leader of the Senju clan, and the first Hokage of Konohagakure no Sato, or the Hidden Leaf Village, or Hidden Village Among the Leaves. Why did it have to come to this, Madara? Asked Hashirama to himself, overlooking the corpse of his long-term friend, quote-unquote. The now identified man lying on the ground had long, spiky black hair that almost reached his lip, covering the left part of his face, including his left pitch black eye. He also wore the same armor style. Lying on the ground with a sword impaled in his chest was Uchiha Madara, former leader of the Uchiha clan and co-founder of the Leaf Village. I'm sorry, but you chose the wrong path. Goodbye, old friend. May you find peace in the afterlife, said Hashirama as he turned to walk away from the long battle he just fought, his head lowered in shame as he couldn't save his friend from his choices. A couple days later, in an unknown location. Oh, my head, where am I? Asked Madara. Slowly opening his eyes, he immediately shot up and winced from the pain in his chest. Looking around, he found out he was in a small wooden house. From the looks of it, it was a modest-looking house, small, probably only one person lived there. Easy there, champ, you got wounded pretty badly, said an unknown female as she approached him. Looking at her, he noticed she had long, smooth, blonde hair that reached her waist, blue eyes, and an oval face. She was wearing a brown shirt that easily showed her C-cup breasts and dark blue pants. All in all, sitting in front of him was a beautiful young woman smiling at him. Who are you? Where am I? Asked Madara, being a bit worried to the female, even though he was still weak from the fight. Well, my name is Namikaze Hanako, and as to where you are, we're in Ricefield country, near the ocean, said Hanako, featuring a small smile that didn't go unnoticed by Madara. What happened? How did I get here? Asked an impatient Madara, trying to figure out what happened since his memory was a bit fuzzy. So many questions, just lie down. and relax. You got injured in your last fight and barely made it. You're lucky that I found you and brought you here and healed you. There are times I didn't think you would pull through. After all, not many people survive getting a sword for their chest. Now, how about you tell me who you are? Asked Hanako, taking into account that the man was probably shinobi. I am the great Uchiha Madara, former leader of the Uchiha clan, co-founder of the Leaf Village, said Madara, with a pride in being a member of the Uchiha clan. A bit full of ourselves, aren't we? Said Hanako, giggling at Madara and getting a glare from him. Are you a shinobi? Asked Hanako with caution, not knowing yet if he could be trusted. Indeed I am. I am one of the most powerful shinobi in the world, known only to be matched in power by Hashirama Senju, the current Hokage of the Leaf, said Madara, spitting the last word with venom. He still hated Leaf and his clan for not following his leadership and abandoning him to follow a Senju of all people. You still got your ass handed to you, said Hanako, chuckling and going full-blown laughter as Madara was glaring at her and murmuring something about disrespectful and troublesome blondes. Well, I'm going out for some food. Get some rest. It will take a couple months to get you back to full health, said Hanako, as Madara was laying back in the bed, remembering his loss to Hashirama, but chuckling darkly as he remembered that he got what he was going for. 5 years later in the rice field country, many would have thought that Uchiha Madara was a cold person, incapable of love or caring about another person other than himself. However, this couldn't be far from the truth. In the last 5 years, a lot has changed, and although Madara wouldn't admit it, he has grown very close to Hanako, actually treating her like his wife and even obeying his plans for revenge against his fellow clan members. Maybe this is the peace I always chased, thought Madara as he watched the love of his life with her head on his chest. In past years, he adopted the life of fisherman along with Hanako and left behind all the fights and wars he once fought. Hanako also got to know about Madara and his clan and village that he created along with his long-life rival and friend Hashirama. She got to know about the life of a shinobi and Madara's Kekkei, the Sharingan. Who would have thought that the great Uchiha Madara would simply live a civilian life away from battles? Ironic, as I had always wished to die in the heat of battle at the hands of a powerful enemy, said Madara as he chuckled that he almost died at the hands of Hashirama. If leaving the shinobi life is what it takes for me to be happy and make Hanako happy, I'll gladly forget about my past and focus on the future, thought Madara as he drifted off to sleep, embracing the warmth of his lover. Another 5 years later, in Ricefield country. Another 5 years have passed, and now we could see a happy Madara leaning against a tree, embracing Hanako in his chest. Both glancing to see, they could see a 4-year-old kid trying to stand in the water. He had spiky blonde hair and bluest eyes than anyone had ever seen. His name was Namikaze Minato, son of Uchiha Madara and Namikaze Hanako. Seeing their son trying and failing to stand in the water, both parents sighed, feeling happy about having a wonderful child and a wonderful partner that loved the other. Although Madara had abandoned his shinobi ways, he decided to train young Minato to defend himself should the need ever arise. Madara also explained to him that he decided to give him her mother's name because Uchiha were known and feared all over the world. He also explained to him about the Kekkei of the Sharingan and showed him it, saying that one day he would also wield it and that he should be proud of his heritage. A few weeks later, Madara was currently heading home after going into a town to buy groceries. On the way home, he felt a burst of chakra in the direction of his house. Even though Madara had abandoned being a shinobi, he still kept most of his skills sharp, never knowing when you might need them. Quickly rushing for the woods, his house came into view, and he saw a bleeding Hanako and young Minato trying to hold off a couple of rogue Ami, or Rain, shinobi. Without hesitation, he quickly disappeared in a burst of speed and stopped just in time to block a sword that would have killed his only son. Activating the Sharingan, he just glared at the 4 shinobi in front of them, and by the looks of them, they were merely tuning level. The enemy shinobi, seeing the Sharingan glowing in all its power, the leader of the group asked, Who are you? Stuttering after seeing the Sharingan. The shinobi knew too well the power of the Kekkei and its clan members. I am Madara, Uchiha Madara, said Madara, as wind blew the hair on his back, giving them an aura of power that intimidated even the most powerful enemies. After hearing the name, the Ame shinobi paled and took a couple steps back as seeing the man in front of him, the legendary Uchiha Madara, former leader of the Uchiha clan. Without hesitation, Madara activated his Susanoo and quickly killed the 4 Ame shinobi without remorse. Looking back, he saw that Minato was passed out from chakra exhaustion. Approaching his lover, he looked at her eyes, and his heart filled with remorse for not being there and not being able to protect the one person that mattered the most in this world, the love of his life. care of our son, said a weak Hanako, giving one last kiss to her lover. She closed her eyes, never to open them again. Madara just stood there frozen, looking at his now dead wife. In his mind, he was getting flashes of the last 10 years of his life. And the last years, all he got was happiness, only to get that stolen from him. Taking one last look at his Hanako, he made a decision that would influence the entire world. I was too naive to think this would last, too naive to believe the world had changed, too naive to leave my plans behind. I will lead the world to true peace and happiness. I'll honor your memory, Hanako. I'll create a world made of love and happiness, and I will make sure that you will stand by my side, thought Madara as he picked up his son and jumped into the woods, leaving behind his former home. A month later, Madara and Minato were staying a few miles outside the main gates of Konoha. As Madara looked one final time to Minato, "Minato, my son," said Madara, getting Minato's attention. In the last month, Madara trained Minato to the ground, bent on getting his son as strong as possible so he could keep himself safe. During this month of training, Minato had activated Sharingan, quite a feat for someone so young. Remember to keep the Uchiha name and bloodline a secret from the village, but never forget your legacy. Even though I dislike to send you, this village will keep you safe and strong. Never abandon your beliefs, and fight for what you hold dear. Only when fighting to protect someone precious to you will you show your true strength. I am sorry to leave you alone, but this is something I must do alone. Speak to the third Hokage, and tell him you are an orphan and wish to join Konoha. He will keep you safe. There may come a time when we will fight each other. Until then, good luck," said Madara as he started to walk away, leaving his son to a new path. "Well, I guess this is it," said Minato as he walked for the main gates of Konoha and said to himself, "I'll make you proud, Tosan. I'll honor your memory, Kasan." 20 years later, an undisclosed location outside of Konoha, screams echoed around the entire room. This scream seemed to belong to a young baby. The baby weighed 3 kilograms and had spiky blonde hair and a pair of dark blue eyes, pretty much a carbon copy of his father, Minato Namikaze. "Congratulations, Kushina-san. It's a beautiful boy," said the nurse as she handed the newborn baby to her mother. The woman in the bed could only be described as a red-head beauty, with long, smooth crimson red hair going all the way to her waist, blue eyes, and an ample D-cup breast adorned her well-developed body. She embraced her son for the first time. "Hello, Sochi," said Kushina. Minato turned to his son and said, "Welcome to our family, Naruto." And that's the end of chapter 1. So, yeah, a couple of notes from me since, the story, this reading's over. First off, again, this is a really good start to the fanfic. And it'll only get better from here, so, yeah. And also one thing, the kind of blonde stuff kind of breaks the laws of genetics. As you see by the thumbnail, there's black hair for Naruto and Minato here. And so let me just get the confusion here. Minato's actual hair in this case would be black hair due to the actual science of genetics and heredity. Because, dominant gene versus recessive gene. If you guys know heredity, you kind of understand how that works. But, for some reason, Naruto and Minato have the hair of, blonde hair from Namikaze. So, yeah. I think the main reason for this is because the author wanted to keep the original hairstyles, or hair color, of Minato and Naruto. That's why he just made it like that. But it kind of would, again, break the laws of heredity and stuff like that. But, we can stick with it. But just know that the true hair color of Naruto and Minato is just black hair. So, yeah. And also, again, another note, some stuff, again, might not make sense here and stuff like that, but again, it's a fanfic, so the writers have this much control of the story, and trust me, again, this is a very, very great fanfic from one of my, favorite authors at the moment, because he also has some other side projects from this fanfic that I wish were finished, but, they aren't. I hope he finishes them one day. Anyways, thank you all for watching this first fanfic reading of mine. I hope you all enjoyed this. So I guess I'll go over the usual. Get to those polls today, and because you want your what ifs and stuff like that, and let me know what you thought of this reading. Leave me some feedback if I could do some stuff better, because I might have some different styles of presentation here. So yeah. And also follow me on Twitter at AnimeStage4, Instagram anime_stage4, and from Discord server Shout out to my $10 patrons, and they are on screen right now. My $20 patron, X1 Gamer, and of course, my $50 patron, Anguish, who will see this video before all of you guys. So, yeah. And I guess that's about it, besides, follow my Twitch and stuff like that. And the original offer and the original fanfic here is in the description and stuff like that. So, yeah, if you want to read that all the way up ahead of yourself, instead of, going for the audiobook version, you can do that. So, yeah, that's about it. So, also, one more thing. We're getting very close to 17K, so let's get there. And shout out to my homie Toxic for the thumbnail. And that's all I have to say. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and share the video. This has been your boy, the Anime Sage, sign out. Peace. Yorta. Stephanie Shea, close us out. Bye-bye. Peace.
Hi, this is Stephanie Shea, voice actress for Sailor Moon, Hinata, Orihime, and you are watching Anime Sage.